Okay, so 7th grade honors. I have a mission for you guys today. It is going to be kind of intense. You are going to be, whoa, we have a video here. What's going on? Eventually, you are going to be using one of these to create a video. All right. You don't need to show your face as I keep trying to mess around with you guys. But you're going to be creating a video. Let me show you right now how, if you eventually get this up here, click the actual title and look what pops up. You can move this wherever you want when you make your video, but we're going to be doing a flip grid. You don't want to keep it there because you want to see your face and it's still going to record you. But let me show you what's going to be happening. All right, as you create a video, let me just show you. I need you to pay attention very, very closely to this part of the lesson because this is instrumental on how to do it. So let's just go ahead and read this together. Write table and show how to find the equation from a table. Once you find the equation, show how to graph the equation. Each student does their own problem while their partner helps direct, okay? So here's the deal. I just wrote a table, okay, on my whiteboard. Eventually, I'm going to show how to take this table and put it into actual numbers. But before I do that, I just want to make up my own equation. I'm going to make up whatever I want. Y equals 5x minus 2, okay? I just made that up. You know what's interesting, though? When you read this, doesn't this look weird? So take a look at this button right here. Right here where it says options, hit the mirror video. The mirror video switches it around. And you're doing all of this before you even start recording. So you haven't started recording yet. But now here's the deal. You're going to take this here and now think about what you could do in this table. Can you put points in this table? You haven't started recording yet, but you have to put points in this table. How could you do that? What if I just said, I'm going to make up my X values. I'm going to make them up. 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay? 0, 1, 2, 3. I made those up. You can use the same ones. That would be helpful. Okay? Now, can you figure out what the Y value is? If you have your X's, can't you figure out what the Y is? All right, you're still doing this all before you make a video. You guys are going to ask right now because you weren't listening. Where did you get this y equals 5x minus 2? I made that up. You're going to make up your own equation, okay? You're going to make up your own equation. So don't even worry about that. Now, when you have your own equation here, let's go ahead and fill in the rest of this spot here. So to make things a little easier, let me plug this in real quick just so I can show you. Lots of cameras going on here. All right, so like I said, we made up, I just wrote a table out. When you do your problem, you're just going to have this table with numbers. That's it. But before you started, I was going to just tell you guys, just make up any equation you want. So if you're going to do y equals, I just said 5x minus 2. I just made that up. I'm going to write this down now. Eventually, I'm going to erase it. And then I'm going to write 0, 1, 2, 3 in here. You could put whatever values you want in here, but I'm just making it easy, okay? Now, if I take 0 and I plug it in here, right? Y equals 5 times 0 minus 2. What did I do? I plugged in the x right here, 0. Well, 5 times 0 is 0, so what's left? Negative 2. So the y would be negative 2. Let's do the next one. What if I plug in 1? 5 times 1 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. Y equals 3. All right, you see what I'm doing? 2. If I plug in 2 here, 5 times 2 is 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. All right, and then 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 minus 2 is 13. All right, so now I have all my data. This is data right here. You have your data points, but I want you to now, in the video, you're going to show me how to solve this, okay? When you do the video, you're going to show me how to solve this. So you're going to click, again, you're going to click this one. I don't know if it's going to let me now. You would click and go, all right, guys, here's my table. I'm going to show you right now how to turn that table into an equation, all right? First step is to do, and then you would go ahead through the steps, okay? So let me just show you on this camera, because that's the way I do it. I have a special camera in my class. I would say, okay, now guys, I'm going to pick 2 points. And I like to pick the ones that aren't negative. All right. These are x. This is x and y. This is x and y. And now I'm going to do the formula. And the formula I know for slope is the change of x over the change of y. And that's the slope, right? Change of y, excuse me, over the change of x. If you haven't seen that before, the triangle means the change. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and do it. 3 minus 8, 1 minus 2. And you get negative 5 over negative 1, which turns into positive 5. Where do I put that? Y equals 5x, because that's where my slope goes. That's where my slope goes. Now this is my y-intercept. To solve this, we have to plug in any of these points to kind of figure it out and solve the riddle. I'm going to pick 2, 8. I'm going to plug in 2 where the x is and 8 where the y is. So here would be 8, because that's my y, and here would be 2. Does 8 equal 5 times 2 is 10? Does 8 equal 10? Then you would say, nope, it doesn't. So how do I get to 8 equals 8? I would subtract 2. All right, and I jumped ahead a little bit there. Okay. Then you solve all that. You're like, great, I have my equation. Okay. You can leave that all here if you'd like. You could put y equals 5x minus 2. All right. You're able to pause the video while you're working too on the Flipgrid. Then you're going to go ahead and graph it. All right. Doesn't have to be beautiful or gorgeous. Okay. And then you would say my first coordinate, or my first way of graphing, how am I going to graph this to start? I'm going to graph my y-intercept first. The y-intercept goes on the y-axis. Where? At negative 2. Okay. Then my slope is going to go up 5 over 1. Up 5. 1, rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and run 1. Okay. And if you notice, you can draw your line. And if you noticed right away, these 2 coordinates are actually my first 2 coordinates in this graph. 0, negative 2 is right here. And then over 1, up 3 is right here. So these points end up on my line, end up touching my line. And if you went over 2, up 8, that would be 1 as well. And then over 3, up like 13 would be there too. All right. Hopefully you guys learned something. You could end the video that way. Have some personality if you want to have some fun. You can do a dad joke. All right. All right. So dad joke. Let's say, why is Saturday and Sunday the strongest days? Because all the other days are just weekdays. Oh, I'm going to drop the mic there. All right, you guys, you're both going to do your own, okay? You're both going to do your own. And remember, you start off by basically going backwards. You start off just by making up a problem, okay? You make up your own. It could be 2x plus 5, whatever it is. Once you make up your table, you create points for it. You can make up 1, 2, 3, all right, whatever it is, and then find your y's. Once you do that, erase this and show me how to get to the equation, okay? Show me how to get there. After you do that, show me how to graph it, okay? You're both going to do one problem, and they both can be on the same video. It's okay if one person's name's on the video. We know who you are. It'd be great if you introduced yourself to start the video too, but this is the way we want to do things, okay? I want to make sure there's 2 problems in each video. Once you're done, I want you to go to classwork. You do have a exit ticket right here. So you have linear equation Flipgrid. That's where you're going to click and get in there. And then you also have an exit ticket. Once you do those 2 things, you're done for the week until next Monday. All right, guys, best of luck.